I have been using the Ordinary PHA 5% Exfoliating Lip Serum for 4 months incorrectly. And I'm going to talk about my experience with this product over the 4 months because I have been using it on the lips, which is what this is designed for, but I've also been using it on other areas on my face as well as body to see if this is something that I would see a difference with. So I really wanted to put this to the test. I'm not telling you to go and use this in other areas other than your lips, but if you decide to, then just know that I did it and this is my experience. So let's get right into today's video. Of course, I will be linking this below for you in my description box below, along with discount codes for other brands as well as related videos. I did review this back in October while I was using this strictly on my lips. So if you want to see that video, I will link it below for you as well. So to give a little recap on this product, this is their one and only lip exfoliant, and this is basically in a chemical-based formulation. So no lip scrub here, no type of grit whatsoever. I was actually really excited when this launched because I hate lip scrubs. They actually do more damage than good in my opinion, and this is something that is super gentle but yet very hydrating and nourishing on the lips. So this formulation contains a 5% PHA. PHA stands for polyhydroxy acids, and this is a type of chemical exfoliant but contains a larger molecule. So this means that it's going to take even longer to penetrate into the skin before it starts the exfoliation process. So PHAs kind of work at a surface layer of the skin in a gentle way. So this is suited for sensitive skin, suited for all skin types. And then there is a 1.5% AHA in here, which is alpha hydroxy acids. And you might be familiar with glycolic acid, lactic acid, but those two chemical exfoliants are not in here. Instead, there's malic and tartaric acid, which is still a part of the AHA family. There's actually a lot of different types of AHAs, and so those are the two that are in here at a 1.5%. So these two will penetrate even deeper into the skin to exfoliate, whereas PHAs kind of work more at that surface layer of the skin. So if you're someone with a lot of dryness, chapped lips, flakiness because of winter, or that's just something that you do experience from time to time, then this would be a really nice product to use when your lips are dry. But you can use this on a weekly basis, every other day. Some people may want to use this every day if well tolerated, just to keep the lips nice and soft, smooth, but also hydrated. This contains 50% glycerin. Glycerin is literally the first ingredient in the ingredient list with this product. So that means that mostly the entire product is made up of glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant that helps to retain water and plump the skin, but it also helps to deeply hydrate the skin. And when I first started using this, I did tell you guys, my lips were so plump. After one use, I noticed within 15 to 20 minutes that my lips looked really plump, as if I had lip filler. I kid you not. I don't feel like that sensation or anything, but glycerin, like I said, is a humectant, so it helps to plump up the lips temporarily. It's not gonna last forever, but it just gives you that nice temporary plump look to the lips, and it really looks youthful and full, juicy. And then of course you're getting the benefits of ectoin in here, which is another ingredient that can help to hydrate the lips. It really is a nice, nourishing, hydrating, repairing lip serum that also exfoliates at the same time. And this is one of my favorites. Honestly, I haven't used anything like this before, and this is the only thing that I will put on my lips to exfoliate. I love the results so much that I wanted to see if this would perform in other areas. And the reason why I thought this is because this time of year especially, I do experience a lot of dry flakiness, and I get quite dry sometimes in the inner part of my eye. Just from using different actives on my face, just having it being dry in the house, it's so cold outside, I do get quite dry right here. So I decided that I would try this because it has 50% glycerin, it also has ectoin, and it has those gentle PHAs. So I thought, let's just give it a go. Let's just put a little amount in the inner corner of the eye and do that for a couple of days and see what happens. I kid you not, within the second day of doing this, that flaky, dry, crusty, crepey looking area smoothed right out within 2 days. Yes, I did put an eye cream on top to lock in hydration to provide more nourishment and moisture around that area, and this could have helped to soften things up a little bit more as well, but this did an excellent job to get rid of the dryness under the eyes. I loved the results so much that I started using this even when I didn't have dryness, because I liked how it plumped up the skin underneath my eyes. It really gave that smoother, softer look under my eyes. My foundation, my concealer applied so much better as well. It just looks unreal underneath the eyes. I am so impressed with how my concealer has been looking, and when I go and put translucent powder on top, it doesn't look crusty and crepey and ugly. It looks so smooth and just youthful. So I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you what I did, so it's up to you whether you would like to try it or not, but this did an excellent job underneath the eyes. Then I started to use it on the outer part of the eye where the crow's feet are to see if I can help to soften some of those fine lines that I have as well. And it really does keep everything super soft, hydrated, and plump. So, loving that. So if you decide to do that, make sure you wear sunscreen underneath and around your eye area. I was doing this in my morning routine. Every time I wear sunscreen, I bring that up and around the eyes, but you really want to make sure that you're wearing sunscreen all the time, no matter what, and of course reapplying. But in areas like that, you really do need to put sunscreen, and this was very gentle. I did not experience any other dryness, no irritation, nothing. It performed so good. And I've also been using it underneath the brow bone, and I don't put it on the eyelids because eventually I feel like that serum migrates to the lids anyway, so I don't want to put too much product on the actual lid. But the product does migrate down because you can kind of feel it as the night goes on. It just feels moist from the serum, and I've been treating my entire eye area with this. And I am prone to milia, and I say milia because I usually develop more than one. It's milium if you usually just develop one, and it's those hard white pearly bumps that can develop anywhere around the eyes, on the lids. You know, you can develop it anywhere on the face actually, but the eye area is a very common area, and so the PHAs in here and those two AHAs at the 1.5% can really help to prevent milium, and again, keeping everything soft and smooth, exfoliated, but at the same time, it's very hydrating, very nourishing, and I cannot get over how well this has been working around the eyes. So that is what I've been doing lately, and I do put an eye cream on top. I do have several that I like. There is one that I've been talking a lot about by the brand Calcium, which contains over 3,000 different proteins like exosomes, growth factors, peptides, and I put that eye cream on top of this. And that is what I've been doing lately, and my goodness, the results are unreal. I will link that eye cream below for you. I also have a 15% off discount code with the brand, so again, I will leave that information in my description box below. But that is what I've been doing around the eyes. I've just been using this at nighttime though, the odd time in the morning, but I keep this more for nighttime for the lips and for the eyes. The other area that I've been using this is the chin area. So if I'm using tretinoin, I'm using different actives, and I'm really dry and flaky on the chin, I actually will start to apply a little bit of this to the chin area. Not crazy. I mean, 1 drop is really all you need for your chin, and like half a drop, less than half a drop for your lips, and less than half a drop for your eyes. You don't need much of this product, so don't put a lot because you don't need it. It spreads so nice. But for the chin, I do 1 drop, and I put that all over, and same thing, within a couple of days, everything starts to soften up, and any type of texture that I had is completely gone. This is only 15 mils, so I mean, you don't want to use this for your entire face, and I'm not telling you to, okay? But you will go through this a lot quicker if you start using it in different areas, but this retails around $12 Canadian, so it's so affordable anyways. And again, 15 mils. I've had this for just over 4 months now, and the product is right there. So I've used a good amount, but I still have quite a bit left. The other area that I've been using it is my cuticles, as well as the cuticles on my toes as well, to keep everything soft, and it's been doing a really good job. I feel like it's performing better as that eye and lip product, as well as, you know, using it on my chin once in a while, but it really does help to soften up the cuticles. Again, it's very hydrating with the glycerin, so it really softens everything up, and it just kind of cleans up everything. It makes it look nicer. So try using this on your cuticles. I've been quite impressed with that, and so I just thought I would try that as well. Now, as most of you know, this serum usually comes with that vibrant pink hue, but this color is not artificial. The Ordinary does not add dyes to their formulations. This is actually coming from a plant-derived ingredient called black carrot extract, and this coloring can vary from batch to batch, and this coloring can also fade over time while it's in your collection, while you're using it. It doesn't mean that the product has gone bad. It doesn't mean that this is no longer effective. The Ordinary did mention that this is a natural process that happens with this ingredient, this coloring, and you can buy a brand new one and have it look like this, because again, the coloring can vary from batch to batch. So I just thought I would mention that, because in the video that I uploaded back in October, it was really pink, and now it just looks like it has like a slight baby pink color to it. So that is my 4-month update. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. And also let us know if you've been using this. Have you been seeing great results? And have you also been venturing out and trying this in other areas besides the lips? Let us know in that comment section. But I should have mentioned as well that when I am using this on my lips, I do like to put a lip balm on top. I might wait 10 minutes or so just until this dries down a little bit before I do so. You don't need to do that, but I do like to keep my lips as moisturized as possible, so I do wait about 10 minutes and then I'll put my lip balm on top of this. And when I'm using this on my cuticles, same thing, after 10 minutes or so, I will go and put a hand cream on. But this on its own is quite hydrating enough. You really don't need to put anything else on top if you don't want to, but that is how I like to use the product. So I will link this below for you in my description box, along with that eye cream, that 15% off discount code, as well as related videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. So take care, and I will see you all then. Bye guys.